Some big news announced this morning to kick off December on this Friday morning, as Jorge Prado, the reigning MXGP World Champion, has been announced to race the first 3 rounds of Monster Energy AMA Supercross in 2024. He will be doing it, of course, in the 450 class, as there is a rule in place for MXGP champions not being eligible to drop back down to the 250 class, but Prado himself has said that he's okay with that, as he figures he himself is a 450 class rider from this point onward. He'll be doing so with the Troy Lee Designs Red Bull Gas team support, but he is going to be riding with his own sponsors, still in an Aero helmet with Thor gear, CD boots, and so on and so forth. He will just be under the Troy Lee Designs tent to help him at the races. This news, of course, comes after some speculation that Prado may end up racing some Supercross in 2024, after he was already seen a little bit in October doing some riding at the test tracks in Murrieta, California by KTM's factories. He was out here for 2 weeks just as a trial run to see if he might be interested in racing Supercross perhaps in 2025, when his MXGP contract ends at the end of 2024. Did it for a couple weeks, headed back to Europe, and then a little bit of rumblings continued from there on about maybe he's coming back, maybe he will race some Supercross. Now we know that that is the case. Here's what Prado had to say about coming and racing in the USA in 2024. Quote, "Since I started riding, my dream has always been to one day race in the US, specifically to race Supercross. I have watched it my whole life on television and always thought it must be great to race under the lights with a huge crowd and atmosphere. And more specifically, it must be great to race at an iconic stadium like Angel Stadium. I was lucky enough in 2015 while visiting and training in the US to go to Anaheim 1. It was a great experience and made me want to try it even more. So given I won the MXGP title this year and am totally healthy and looking for a new challenge, I thought it was a perfect time in my career to come and train in the USA properly to prepare for a few Supercross races. I don't want to waste another whole year wondering if I could or should, so I am here and I'm going to try it out." As Prado alluded to here, he has been in the USA before to test some Supercross back in 2015, before he even made his MX2 debut over in Europe. The idea was that he may consider a career in the USA back then, but instead chose to continue racing in Europe, pursuing world titles, in which he won 2 MX2 world titles and of course the MXGP title this year. Now he's looking for perhaps a career change or a career refocus moving into 2025, and he will be a free agent, as I mentioned, at the end of 2024, so he's looking at some options, and Supercross is a very enticing option for him. But before he wanted to race Supercross in 2025, he at least wanted to try it. That's why he's here. He's going to try out these 3 races, see how it goes, and hopefully maybe it helps him make a decision towards 2025. That being said, he is still under contract by Red Bull Gas Factory Racing in Europe to compete in 2024. Says Roger DeCoster, quote, "The main goal for Jorge in 2024 is to defend the world title he earned this past season, but of course we are excited to see what he can do on a Supercross track. We all know that he is very talented, given he's already a multiple times motocross world champion, having won an MX2 and being the current MXGP champion. However, we also know that Supercross at the highest level is extremely competitive, and to race with the top here requires a lot of toughness besides talent. So this will be a huge challenge for him. We wish him the very best and are glad that with the support of TLD Gas, we are able to support his wishes to try Supercross." So there you have it, Prado to Supercross for 2024 for the first 3 rounds. He's going to get a little bit of a tryout in, see how things feel, and we're going to get a chance to see what the reigning MXGP champion with almost no Supercross experience before this can actually do against the top level Supercross riders in the 450 class. So where does he finish? Let us know in the comment section below. That's all for this edition of RacerX Rapid News presented by Fly Racing. Be sure to visit racerxonline.com for all your motocross and Supercross news.